Ahoj, vítáme vás u dalšího videa z Vínografu. Tentokrát máme speciálního hosta. Jak jistě víte, tak náš bar hotel je v Míšeňské ulici. Míšeňská ulice proto, že tady bydleli studenti z Míšně, někdy v 18. století. A určitě všichni znáte míšeňský porcelán. Nejsem si tak úplně jistá, že budete znát i míšeňské víno a právě proto jsme se tady sešli, aby jsme si pár takových vín ochutnali. Máme tady milého hosta z Míšně, který objevil náš bar a hotel cirka před rokem a od té doby už tady několikrát degustoval vína a přijel k nám právě, aby nám nějaký i vám, i nám tady v baru představil. Co je na našem hostovi Michaelovi, zajímavý je, že obchoduje s vínem, a to ne s vínem z Míšně, ale obchoduje v Míšni s vínem z České republiky. Takže to je asi úplná rarita. Ale o tom tady teď mluvit nebudeme a vrhneme se spíš na vína z Míšně a na to, co vlastně je v Míšni speciálního. So, could you tell us, please, something about Míšeň and the wine region, because I think everybody knows the porcelain, but maybe not so many people knows about wines.
Okay. Míšeň, or also called Saxony, is a small wine growing area, the smallest in Germany, one of 13 wine growing areas. And it's situated in the very east of Germany, around Dresden, 50 kilometers around Dresden. That's the wine area. And for Germany, it's the wine growing area which is most in the north of east in Germany. So that's a little special because we have cold winters, and belonging to the river Elbe, Labe, we have warm summers. So normally it's a perfect wine growing area. Yeah.
So it's nearly the same level as Czech region. So are there any differences or similarities to the grape varieties used in Czech Republic?
Okay, I think it's very similar to the Czech grape varieties because in Saxony, the wine region is also called Saxony all in all, but the most is around Míšeň. But we use also a lot of Müller-Thurgau, for example, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Noir, and the specialty is the Gold Riesling. It's an old grape variety coming from Alsace, and it's now only grown in our area. So it's a very special grape variety. It has nothing to do with Riesling. It's, I think, from the past it's a cross with Riesling, but the aroma and so on is not so full and so strong like a perfect Riesling. So
what is the most common grape? Is it Miller or is it Riesling?
It is still Müller-Thurgau, but in the next years, in the future, we will have, I think, Riesling at the first point, because we had now 2 very cold winters in our region, and Müller-Thurgau is a grape variety which is not made for cold temperatures. So I think in 5 years we will have more Riesling at a first point.
And for the red wines?
And for the red wines, we have only a little. I think it's 15% of all, and the most is Pinot Noir, Spätburgunder, and a little Portugieser and Dornfelder.
Okay. Yeah. So how big is the region in total?
In total, it's now 470 hectares, and we have, I think, 30 private wineries, and the most area is made by hobby winemakers, and they are all in a conclusion called Winzergenossenschaft. It's the biggest producer and also the biggest Genossenschaft in Germany. They have around 1,000 hobby winemakers.
Okay. So, I will now speak a little Czech about the wines. Takže my tady samozřejmě máme i nějaký vína na ochutnání, ty tady budou pro vás připravený na baru taky. Ochutnáme 3 vína, bude to Riesling, pak to bude Tramín a jeden Spätburgunder. No a pak tady máme pro vás připravenou specialitu, o které Michael mluvil, a to je ten Gold Riesling. To znamená, ten tady ochutnávat teď nebudeme, protože jsme obdrželi pouze jednu jedinou lahev. Tohle víno se produkuje ve velmi omezeném množství, takže to bude takový bonus pro ty z vás, kteří přijdou do vínografu jako první. Tak podíváme se na ty vína, něco si k němu s Michaelem řekneme. So number one is the Riesling, 2009, from Weingut Rikohan. Hench.
Yes, Weingut Rico Hench is from or situated in Meißen, and it's a very young private winery. They have, I think, around 5 hectares of wine growing area, and it's made by young people with old family tradition. But now the winemaker, I think, he's 35 years old, and his grapes are mainly Müller-Thurgau, Riesling, Kerner, and Traminer. So only white wines.
So is it like modern technology or?
Yeah, he uses only steel tanks, and they have a very modern winery.
So it's really very fruity.
Yeah.
Very young wine.
I think it's typical Riesling and a very young. I think wines or Rieslings from this winery could be stored a few years. And the winery is situated in the valley of Meißen. I think it's a perfect situation for a winery and for the vineyard, for good lights, good sun, and Rieslings also or needs cold nights and warm days, so I think it's perfect.
Je to opravdu takový jemňonký, hodně veselý pití. Spíš květinovou broskový Riesling. Určitě to není takový ten typický tvrdší Riesling s výraznou mineralitou, ale krásně se pije, má trošku vyšší alkohol, kolem 13%. A jak říkal Michael, určitě by nějaký ten rok mohl vydržet v lahvi.
And with a typical acid, because we don't have so much sun like Mosel area or Württemberg in Germany, so all the wines from Meißen have a strong acid. Normally.
So we have the next wine. It's a Traminer, Trocken, in cabinet. And maybe before we start talking about the wine, you could tell us something about the bottles.
The bottles are a little bright one, round, and it's called a Saxony bottle. So that's typical for our region to fill wines in this type of bottle. Yeah, I think it's nice, but it's also expensive type of bottle. So not every winery does it, but I think I like it, and all the tourists coming to our area also like it.
So what is this winery? It says something.
It's called Winzergenossenschaft. So a conclusion of small winemakers giving all their wines to the winery, and they produce these wines. But it's not the big type of Genossenschaft, because you can see it on the label. It's from Meißner Rosengrünchen, so it's a small area with I think 2 hectares of Traminer, and you can say that's only from this soil and from this area.
So is there any special dish in Meißen that you would drink with that or eat with this wine?
I would eat it with cheese, but a little aromatic, with also a little spicy cheese.
But anything that is special for Meißen?
No.
Maybe not only for this one? Or?
I think we have not so special food in our region, because I think it's equal to Bohemia, the food in our region. So
this is Blauer Spätburgunder. So is it the Pinot Noir?
It's Pinot Noir. Rolands Gemorte.
Yes. So it's also 2008, and this is a A different
yeah.
winemaker.
It's a different winemaker. They are, of course, neighbors. They have the vineyards to each other, and it's one of the most famous private wineries in our region. It's called Vincent's Richter, and this winery has also a nice romantic restaurant on the market square in Meißen. So all the tourists coming to Meißen drink normally one glass of Vincent's Richter wine. And this year they opened also a new winery. It's complete rebuilt now, and they have more space for the steel tanks, for the cellar, and for a presentation. So. And Pinot Noir is still the most planted red wine variety in our region, and yeah, I think typical, not so dark color. Very healthy.
But it's a very nice wine. Very balanced in the taste.
Yeah.
A lot of fruity and a little bit like the stone fruit taste. So I think we have it a little bit colder, but it's okay for this type of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, and this winery has also the most mountains on the belonging to the river Elbe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's from the classification they have the best vineyards.
Okay.
So they get the most sun for its wine, and I think you can see it, you can smell it.
It's very nice.
Yeah, but it's very hard work to have the wine harvest on this mountains.
It's true. So I think this is maybe. Is there anything you would like to say to Czech people? Why should they go to Meißen?
Yeah.
Visit your shop.
Of course, they can visit my shop because
buy some Czech wine.
they can find a lot of Czech wines there, and of course wines from Meißen. But it's a nice region, a very historical region belonging to the river Elbe. And Meißen is 15 kilometers from Dresden, and Dresden is a very nice city, of course Meißen. And this year we have 300 years of Meißen porcelain. Next year we will have a party for 850 years of Meißner wine. So I think you should come.
Next year for the celebration with wines. So thanks a lot for your visit, thanks for coming and for bringing the wines. And I guess that's enough for the moment. Takže když byste chtěli, samozřejmě budeme mít pro vás ještě mnohem víc informací, když přijdete k nám do baru a můžete si ochutnat tady ty zajímavé vína z Míšně. A nejzajímavější čeká na prvních 15 nebo 20 lidí Golden Riesling. Tak se mějte moc hezky a uvidíme se ve Vinografu.